So recently MSI invited us and a bunch of YouTubers to their office to try out their latest gaming laptop series. By the way, MSI as a company is a well-known brand when it comes to the gaming nuances of the tech world. At their office in Mumbai, they had showcased their GS63 VR Stealth series gaming laptops, mainly the 7RF and the 7RD variants. Other than the GPU, both the laptops don't have any subtle exceptions between them besides the fact that both are visually stunning. Hence I was quite excited to try them out, mainly the 7RF variant as it had the GTX 1060 graphics card. So hey guys, without wasting further time, I'm Pratik and you're on the next Thinkerz channel, and here are my in-depth thoughts on the MSI GS63 VR 7RF Stealth Pro gaming laptop. Let's begin. First things first, I'm not here to speak about the specifications of this laptop, as you can already find that across their website and on Google. Although as a heads up, I'll put it formatted in the description box below. Just to provide you a basic overview, MSI is one of the biggest Windows OEMs that provides solid piece of gaming hardware in laptop industry. The GS63 VR 7RF Stealth Pro was made to deliver desktop class gaming experience in a smaller and a lightweight form factor. By the looks of it, MSI has a winner already. It outperformed my expectations in some departments. Even if the system throttles up to its maximum, you won't notice any severe hiccups due to the optimized CPU and GPU. But sadly, nothing is perfect. We'll get into the details shortly. As of now, let's talk about the build quality and design. For the GS63 VR series, MSI opted for rather aluminium chassis across the sides except the bottom of the laptop. However, it also adds subsequent amount of weight, but looking at its offerings, I wouldn't complain much. While to resemble its gaming laptop arsenal, MSI has tossed in a pretty prominent logo on the top of the rear panel. And yes, it is backlit, meaning it lights up. I'm also a fan of its textured brushed aluminium panel. Anyways, now let's have a physical tour. Let's start with the front. Here you can see that there are a bunch of LED indications for namely battery status, Bluetooth, storage activity, etc. Then on the left you've got a microphone jack, a hi-fi audio DAC supported earphone jack, followed by 3 USB 3.0 ports and an SD card reader, Ethernet port and a Kensington lock. You can even see the fan vents present on the left. Then moving on the opposite side, you can see the fan vents again, power port, display port, HDMI 2.0 port and a Thunderbolt port, which is first of its kind on a Windows machine. And lastly, there is a USB 2.0 port. Whereas on the left there is the power and sleep wake button. That placement is pretty unconventional. Usually it's present nearby the keyboard on any ordinary laptop. But maybe MSI did that for saving up the space in terms of build. Turning sides onto the back, you can see stealth branding presented with some solid red and black accents. Lastly, the bottom part isn't made out of aluminium, but you can understand this rubber material better if I can portray this visually to be the material used below any mousepad. Alright, now comes the tricky part. I've observed flex on various parts of this laptop. Starting with the top, which is a bit mild but still noticeable. This is observed prominently on the keyboard. This can get pretty interesting with the fact that all keys are backlit and customizable in colors but come out a bit fragile due to that flex. However, if you keep this aside, I'm in love with the textures of the brushed aluminium on the top, though it's more likely to collect fingerprints over a period of time. The opening and closing mechanism is also pretty smooth. They've done a commendable job making the hinge sturdy enough to withstand the display, and this in turn enhances the overall experience. Also, if you notice, the grills above the keypad aren't made for the speakers, but for the fan vents to pass in the airflow for keeping the temperature under control. Now let's head over to that display. The front panel comes in two variations, 1080p Full HD and 4K, both of which are IPS grade panels. It easily plays 4K with minor to none lag on 1080p panel directly from YouTube. Speaking of which, watching YouTube videos on this display is indeed a joyride. However, that joyride might be bumpy if you are a color correction peeper. Whereas, since I tested this laptop in indoor lighting conditions, I am not sure about its outdoor sunlight legibility. However, some reviews posted online say that the sunlight legibility isn't that great. SteelSeries keyboard. So the GS63 VR laptop series has taken full advantage of the SteelSeries Engine 3.0 when it comes to the keyboard. Each individual key is customizable in terms of colors, brightness levels, and there are plenty of modes available within the SteelSeries Engine 3.0. You can even create your own profile. At first glance, you can set up a 3-color zone keypad. You can even customize the keyboard backlighting via the inbuilt MSI Dragon Center app. However, it's not thorough and precise as the SteelSeries Engine 3.0. You can even control the keyboard color settings via the Mobile Center app via your smartphone. Performance. Well, I've spent about 1.5 to 2 hours of my time with the GS63 VR 7RF laptop. In my usage, I went up to some interesting contradictions. However, to any viewer's justice, providing my final verdict on this laptop within mere 2 hours of usage is wrong in my opinion. Still, as my early impressions, I absolutely love the fact that I was able to get desktop class gaming experience. The fact that it has GTX 1060 GPU is cherry on the top of the cake. It can easily play demanding game titles without any hiccups, and gameplay had smooth frames. I've made a couple of benchmark tests and the links to the screenshots will be in the description box below. The fact that it had SSD is what throttles day-to-day use at a much faster extent. There was at times when I heard fan noise, but I suppose that occurred since we were shooting in a close, concise place. However, MSI has confirmed that you don't need to worry about this fact. It is normal and it only happens when you have something intense running in the background. MSI GS63 VR Stealth Pro review. So MSI has made a desktop class masterpiece cramped inside the body of a laptop. The fact that the laptop weighs about 1.8 kg and is slim, taking gaming laptops into consideration, has me drooling all over it. It is a beast of a powerhouse when it comes to boasting beefy internals. If you overlook a couple of drawbacks like the flex, fan noise, low audio, etc., it's indeed a good gaming machine. The 7RD Stealth variant with the GTX 1050 GPU is also available for Rs 84,990 with a special limited offer. More details are in the description box below. However, the 7RF variant will cost you about Rs 1,64,990. Therefore, maybe the GS63 VR 7RF is almost the best gaming laptop you can get for this price. So with that, the links to these laptops are given in the description box below. If you're planning to get one, do use our links, it'll help out the channel. Whereas, let us know in the comments below so as to what you think about our video. Toss a like if you enjoyed watching the video and smash subscribe if you loved it. So that we will meet again in my next video.